Welcome back! The Lincoln 1-cent coin has been in circulation for over 100 years, but not all of them are worth just a penny. From rare wheat pennies to valuable mint errors and key dates, some Lincoln cents are worth serious money. Let's take a closer look at the ones you should never spend. First up, the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent coin stands as a fascinating chapter in the story of American numismatics. Though it appears to be a common coin at first glance, this particular year and mint mark combination is known among collectors for holding surprising and sometimes incredible value. The 1980 Lincoln penny produced at the Denver Mint is especially intriguing due to a unique transitional period in United States coinage history. Coins from this year were struck using different metal compositions, and the variations combined with certain rare characteristics have made the 1980 cent a highly desirable item in the world of coin collecting. In terms of design, the coin features the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, a portrait that has graced the cent since 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the image of Lincoln is one of the longest-running designs in American coinage. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparro. These classic images lend the coin a sense of continuity and historical weight, connecting it to the broader American story. The date 1982 and the D mint mark beneath it identify the coin's origin from the Denver Mint, one of the most prolific coin-producing facilities in the United States. What makes the 1980 D penny especially interesting to collectors is that during this year, the U.S. Mint transitioned from using a bronze alloy to a copper-plated zinc composition due to rising metal costs. Prior to 1980, pennies were made mostly of copper, but by mid-year, the Mint began striking them using the new, cheaper composition. This change resulted in both heavy copper coins and lighter zinc-based coins being produced within the same year. While both types are common, the Denver Mint also unintentionally produced a small number of coins with overlapping traits, and in some extremely rare cases, these coins exhibit transitional errors that can drive their value into the hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. One of the most prized varieties is the 1980 small date copper cent. This specific version is so rare that only a few verified examples exist. It was not even known to the collecting world until years after it had been minted, making it a late discovery gem. If a coin is both the small date style and the copper composition, it can be worth a fortune, especially in high-grade condition. These rare coins have been sold for prices reaching into the hundreds of thousands and are considered holy grails among penny collectors. The condition of your coin plays a major role in determining its value. A 1980 penny with black and red shading may indicate some surface oxidation or environmental exposure, but if the details of Lincoln's portrait, the lettering, and the memorial on the back remain sharp, it could still command significant interest. Even coins that are not flawless can be valuable if they belong to one of the rare transitional varieties. Having your coin professionally graded by a reputable service such as PCGS or NGC can greatly enhance its credibility and help identify whether it is a valuable version. The coin's visual character also contributes to its appeal. A black and red shade gives it a unique look, setting it apart from the usual color of circulating cents. This coloring can sometimes result from storage conditions or chemical reactions with the environment. While discoloration alone does not add to a coin's value, certain natural toning patterns can make a coin more visually appealing and interesting to collectors. Combined with rarity or minting errors, these characteristics can elevate a coin's worth significantly. The market for rare pennies, especially from key transitional years like 1982, has grown steadily as more people discover the world of coin collecting. Online platforms, social media communities, and digital auction houses have made it easier than ever for collectors to connect, share knowledge, and discover new treasures. Stories of everyday individuals finding rare coins in their pocket, change, or old jars continue to inspire curiosity and interest in numismatics. The possibility that a small 1-cent coin could be worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars is both fascinating and motivating for collectors and casual enthusiasts alike. It is important to note that not every 1980 to D penny is valuable. Millions were produced and most remain common. However, the chance of finding one of the rare varieties or transitional errors makes it worthwhile to inspect each coin carefully. Pay attention to the weight, date, style, and mint mark. Weighing the coin is one of the quickest ways to determine its composition. A copper 1980 to penny should weigh about 3.11 grams, while a zinc version weighs around 2.5 grams. If you find a small date D mint coin that weighs like a copper coin, you may be holding one of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln cents ever made. As coin collecting continues to grow, the spotlight on special coins like the 1980 to D Lincoln cent only gets brighter. Whether tucked away in a family coin album, resting in a change drawer, or passed down through generations, these small copper and zinc pieces carry immense historical and sometimes financial value. For collectors, the joy is not only in finding these rare coins, but also in understanding the story behind them. Coins are more than money, they are windows into the past, capturing moments of economic change, artistic evolution, and national identity. If you have a 1980 to D penny, especially one with unusual coloring like red and black shades, it is worth a closer look. While many may be ordinary, there is always the possibility that yours is part of that rare elite group that commands values between $300,000 and $5 million, or even as high as $80 to $90 million for the most exceptional specimen. With careful examination, authentication, and perhaps a little luck, your coin could turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime discovery that adds your name to the growing list of those who struck gold in the world of pennies. Next up, we have the 1970s Lincoln 1-cent coin. Holds a remarkable place in the world of coin collecting. Though small in size and originally minted as a basic unit of currency, its historical significance, rarity, and visual appeal have made it a fascinating piece for numismatists and collectors around the globe. This particular version of the Lincoln cent, produced at the San Francisco Mint, has generated attention not only because of its design, but also due to unique varieties and potential errors that make it stand out from the millions of pennies minted. Across the years, the presence of even a slight black shade on the coin adds a layer of character, giving it the appearance of having lived through decades of American history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the 1970s Lincoln cent features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. This design has remained largely unchanged since it was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, a detail added in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Together, these images reflect a legacy of leadership and integrity, making each coin not just a piece of currency, but a small tribute to one of the nation's most respected leaders. The 1970s penny stands out not only for its design, but also for a few notable varieties that have made headlines in the coin collecting world. Among these, the 1970s small date and large date varieties are the most talked about. The small date variety is considerably rarer and is sought after by collectors due to its limited mintage. Even more spectacular is the 1970s small date double die obverse penny. This variety shows noticeable doubling in the date and inscriptions on the front of the coin, which occurred due to a misalignment during the minting process. Such errors often go unnoticed at first, but when discovered, they become highly prized due to their rarity. The black shade that you mention in the condition of your coin can have an interesting effect on its value. This darkening may be the result of oxidation, exposure to moisture, or other environmental conditions over time. While not necessarily a factor that increases value on its own, the coloration can give the coin a distinct look that attracts interest, especially when combined with rarity or minting errors. Collectors often find beauty in the natural wear and toning of old coins, as these features can tell a story about the coin's journey through time. When a 1970s penny is in circulated condition but still displays strong detail, it can be of significant interest, particularly if it belongs to one of the rarer varieties. Some of these rare specimens have sold for large amounts at auctions. Depending on the combination of condition, rarity, and demand, certain coins from this year have been known to fetch between $300,000 and $5 million. This is especially true for those in high grades with verified doubling or small date errors. These kinds of coins are usually authenticated and graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC, whose certification provides assurance to buyers and sellers alike. Beyond monetary value, the allure of the 1970s penny lies in its connection to American history and the thrill of discovery it offers to collectors. Many rare varieties were not identified until years after the coins had been minted, adding to the mystery and excitement. Stories of everyday people discovering a valuable coin among pocket change or in an old collection continue to fuel interest in numismatics. In this way, the 1970s penny serves not only as a collectible, but also as a symbol of the hidden treasures that can be found in the most ordinary places. For collectors who aim to determine the potential worth of their coin, it is crucial to carefully examine its date, style, mint mark, and overall condition. Weighing the coin and comparing it to standard specifications may also reveal insights, especially in identifying transitional errors or material inconsistencies. Photos taken under good lighting and magnification can help reveal details that are otherwise missed by the naked eye, such as minor doubling or die cracks. Once identified and authenticated, such features can greatly increase the coin's market value. As more people enter the hobby of coin collecting, coins like the 1970s penny continue to gain attention and appreciation. The growing number of online forums, marketplaces, and auction sites provides platforms for enthusiasts to share information and trade their discoveries. Collectors often enjoy not just the hunt for rare coins, but the stories behind them, the craftsmanship involved, and the historical periods they represent. Every coin tells a story, and the 1970s cent is no exception. Whether tucked away in a coin folder, found in a forgotten drawer, or passed down through generations, a single penny has the potential to open the door to history, learning, and even significant financial gain. The fact that this coin could be worth anywhere between hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars only adds to its allure. Some experts believe that exceptional specimens, or those with previously unknown varieties, could fetch up to $80 to $90 million if sold at the right time to the right buyer. Ultimately, the 1970s Lincoln 1-cent coin is more than just a coin. It represents a piece of American heritage and offers a window into the artistry, economics, and culture of its time. Its journey from the mint to your hand, and whether recently acquired or long held, is part of a story that continues to unfold. In the world of rare coins, where history meets craftsmanship and chance, every detail matters, and every coin has the potential to be something truly extraordinary. Next up, we have the 1980 for Lincoln 1-cent coin carries a rich legacy that extends far beyond its face value. Minted as part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, this particular coin has gained attention from collectors and enthusiasts alike for its historical importance, design intricacies, and potential high value in specific cases. Though the coin was produced in large numbers, the discovery of unique features, errors, and exceptional conditions have helped elevate the 1980 for Lincoln penny to the spotlight. A circulated example of this coin still holds appeal for those who appreciate American history and the numismatic value hidden in everyday objects. The obverse of the 1980 for Lincoln cent features the enduring image of President Abraham Lincoln. Design first introduced in 1909 to mark the centennial of his birth. Sculpted by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's portrait on the penny remains one of the most iconic images on United States coinage. His dignified expression and forward-facing profile symbolize leadership, integrity, and the preservation of the Union. Surrounding the image are the inscriptions of liberty, the date, and the motto, "In God We Trust," all carefully arranged to maintain balance and clarity. The reverse of the coin shows the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the original wheat ears in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This reverse design offers added symbolism. The memorial itself stands in Washington, D.C. as a lasting tribute to his memory. While most 1984 pennies are relatively common, a few varieties stand out, making them extremely desirable among collectors. One of the most well-known and valuable errors found in this year is the 1984 double die-up verse. This rare variety exhibits clear doubling in Lincoln's ear and sometimes in his eye and jawline depending on the strength of the error. Such features are not caused by wear or damage, but instead originate during the minting process when the die used to strike the coin receives a misaligned imprint. Coins showing this kind of doubling can command high premiums, especially when they are in good condition or have been graded by a reputable service. Even for circulated examples, without major errors, the 1984 Lincoln cent continues to draw interest. Coins that show signs of age, such as wear toning or subtle discoloration, can have an aesthetic appeal that reflects their journey through decades of use. These imperfections tell a story. They serve as a tangible connection to the era in which the coin was minted, an era defined by significant cultural and political shifts in the United States. This historical context adds emotional value, which in turn can contribute to its collectible status. Values for the 1984 Lincoln cent can vary significantly. While many ordinary examples may not sell for more than a few cents, rare varieties and pristine specimens have fetched thousands or even millions at auctions and private sales. Coins with strong doubling, clean surfaces, and rich coloring have achieved values between $40,000 and $7 million depending on rarity and demand. In exceptional cases, where the coin possesses unique attributes or is part of a famous collection, experts believe its value could climb as high as $80 to $90 million. This potential for high worth is what fuels excitement among collectors and treasure hunters who search old jars, drawers, and rolls of change in hopes of finding a hidden gem. Collectors looking to assess the value of a 1984 Lincoln cent should pay close attention to the coin's details. A magnifying glass or microscope can help detect doubling or other unusual features. Weighing the coin and checking for uniformity in design and composition can also provide important clues. Authentication and grading by a professional numismatic service such as PCGS or NGC can further verify its worth and appeal to serious buyers. These services assess the coin's condition, rarity, strike quality, and more, assigning it a grade on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. Coins closer to 70, with well-defined details and minimal wear, command the highest prices. The journey of a 1984 Lincoln penny from the mint to the present day is one filled with possibility. It might have changed hands thousands of times, used in countless transactions, carried in pockets and purses, or tucked away in collections passed down through generations. Now, with growing interest in coin collecting and widespread sharing of knowledge through online platforms, more people are beginning to appreciate the hidden value in coins once considered ordinary. Forums, social media, and auction sites have created a community of enthusiasts who help each other identify rare finds and celebrate discoveries. In recent years, stories have emerged of people uncovering valuable coins in unexpected places such as estate sales, antique shops, or even in everyday change. These inspiring tales fuel hope and excitement among collectors, both new and experienced. The allure of finding a coin that could be worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars makes the search both thrilling and meaningful. The 1984 Lincoln penny represents a perfect example of this phenomenon, combining historical importance, the potential for rare variations, and the universal appeal of a mystery waiting to be solved. More than just a piece of metal, the 1984 Lincoln cent is a symbol of resilience and historical reflection. From its image of a revered leader to its hidden surprises and potential value, this coin continues to captivate those who hold it in their hands. It stands as proof that treasures are not always buried deep or locked away in vaults. Sometimes they are found in the most ordinary places, carried across time by people who unknowingly preserved a piece of history with the right eye and a little luck, even a circulated penny from 1984 could become a life-changing discovery. Next up we have the 1974 Lincoln 1-cent coin is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history that continues to capture the attention of collectors and enthusiasts across the world. Minted at the Denver Mint and bearing the distinctive D Mint mark, this coin belongs to the long-running Lincoln cent series that began in 1909. Despite its modest face value, this particular coin has become the subject of great interest due to its historical context, subtle design elements, and the potential for extremely high value in certain rare and well-preserved cases. Even in circulated condition, the 1974 Lincoln penny offers collectors a glimpse into the past and the possibility of significant worth depending on its condition and rarity. The obverse of the coin features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait has graced the penny for more than a century and remains one of the most recognized designs in American coinage. The obverse also includes the inscriptions "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year of mintage 1974, accompanied by the D Mint mark just below the date. The reverse of the coin carries the image of the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparro, which was introduced in 1959 to replace the original Hui Ears design. This updated reverse pays tribute to the enduring legacy of Lincoln and provides a visually appealing backdrop with detailed columns and the tiny statue of Lincoln visible inside the memorial if closely inspected. One reason collectors are drawn to the 1974 Lincoln cent is the era in which it was produced. The early 1970s were a time of economic uncertainty and rapid technological change in the United States. The rising cost of copper prompted discussions about switching the composition of the penny to a cheaper material, while most 1974 cents were struck in the traditional bronze alloy of 95% copper and 5% zinc. A few experimental aluminum cents were also produced that year, though none were officially released to the public. This context adds intrigue to all coins from this year, especially those struck at the Denver Mint, though the 1974 penny was produced in large quantities, making it a relatively common coin. The market value can vary dramatically depending on several factors. Coins in circulated condition, like the one being discussed here, typically show signs of wear such as smoothing of Lincoln's hair details, faintness in the memorial columns, or dulling of the coin's original luster. However, these traits do not necessarily disqualify the coin from being valuable. In some cases, a circulated penny may still hold tremendous worth, especially if it possesses an error variety or has been remarkably preserved over time. Errors are one of the main drivers of high value in coins like the 1974 Lincoln cent. Certain minting mistakes such as double dies, off-center strikes, clipped plankets, or die cracks can result in a coin being classified as an error coin. These types of anomalies are relatively rare, and when authenticated by a reputable grading service, can dramatically increase the coin's market value. Even minor errors that might seem insignificant at first glance have the potential to fetch thousands or even millions at auction when demand is high. In terms of value, the range for a 1974 Lincoln cent can vary widely. A circulated example may be valued between $20,000 and $8 million depending on its condition, the presence of any errors, and current market demand. In exceptional cases where the coin displays unique characteristics or historical significance, experts believe it could reach a value as high as $80 to $90 million. This high-end valuation is typically reserved for coins with extraordinary provenance, exceptional grading, or strong demand among elite collectors. While such values are not common, they reflect the excitement and potential surrounding rare coins in the numismatic world. Professional coin grading plays an important role in establishing a coin's value. Services like PCGS and NGC offer certification and grading that can help verify the authenticity and condition of a coin. Grading is performed on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. Coins that score above 60 are considered to be in mint state and often command significantly higher prices. Even coins in the 50s or 40s can be valuable if they include rare errors or unique characteristics collectors are advised to have there. Coins graded before attempting to sell or auction them, especially if they suspect the coin may be rare or valuable. Beyond its potential monetary worth, the 1970 Lincoln 1-cent coin carries historical and emotional value. It represents an era of transition and speaks to the resilience of a design that has remained unchanged for over a century. Holding a coin like this is like holding a piece of American history in your hand, a small yet tangible link to the past that has survived decades of circulation. Its age, wear, and imperfections make it all the more interesting, reminding collectors that beauty and value often lie in the details that others may overlook. As interest in coin collecting continues to grow, more people are turning to old jars, drawers, and family heirlooms in search of rare and valuable pieces. Online communities, auction platforms, and social media have made it easier than ever to share discoveries, learn from experts, and connect with other enthusiasts. The story of the 1970 Lincoln cent serves as an example of how ordinary objects can become extraordinary under the right circumstances. It encourages curiosity, attention to detail, and a deeper appreciation for the craftsmanship and history behind every coin. In conclusion, the 1970 Lincoln 1-cent coin may seem humble at first glance, but its potential for significant value and its place in American history make it a highly interesting and desirable piece. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone who recently discovered an old penny in a coin jar, taking the time to examine and understand its features could lead to surprising rewards. The journey from pocket change to priceless treasure begins with awareness and continues with appreciation for the stories coins like this have to tell. Next up, we have the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent coin. May appear like an ordinary piece of pocket change to most people, but for coin collectors and numismatic enthusiasts, it holds a special place in the expansive world of American coinage, minted at the Denver Mint. In 1980, this particular coin features the D Mint mark, which designates its origin from Colorado. The Lincoln cent has long been a staple in American currency, starting in 1909 as a tribute to President Abraham Lincoln and remaining in circulation for more than a century. Even though billions of these coins were produced in various years, each one carries a unique story, especially when it shows signs of age and use. The 1980 Lincoln penny in circulated condition still garners significant attention from those who seek rarity, errors, historical significance, and high-value specimens. The design on the obverse of the coin was created by Victor David Brenner, who introduced Lincoln's portrait to American coinage. The obverse includes the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the mint year 1980 alongside the D Mint mark indicating it was struck in Denver. On the reverse side, you will find the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the original wheat ears design. In 1959, the reverse was designed by Frank Gasparo, and it includes the inscriptions, "United States of America e pluribus unum," and 1 cent. Though familiar to many, this design carries important symbolism. It reflects American values and pride in its historical roots. What makes the 1980 Lincoln penny particularly fascinating is the combination of its high mintage and the growing interest in coins from this era. During 1980, the United States was facing economic challenges, inflation, and shifts in monetary policy, which affected the demand for coinage and metals. While the coin's official composition remained 95% copper and 5% zinc until 1982, when the U.S. Mint began switching to copper-plated zinc. The 1980 issue was among the final years of solid copper cents. This gives it an added layer of interest, since collectors often see coins minted just before a major change. The circulated condition of a 1980 Lincoln penny might show signs of wear, including loss of detail on Lincoln's hair and face, flattening of the coin's edges, and overall discoloration or patina from years of handling. However, this does not diminish its value, especially when the coin contains rare errors or has been well preserved despite circulation. Collectors frequently look for specific varieties or die anomalies that might have occurred during the minting process, such as double dies off-center strikes, clipped plankets, die cracks, or repunched mint marks. These rare mint errors can elevate an otherwise common coin into a highly desirable collector's piece. In recent years, certain examples of the 1988 Lincoln penny have sold for surprisingly high prices, especially when they exhibit sharp details, minimal wear, and unique characteristics. A coin with exceptional qualities might be valued between $30,000 and $4 million depending on its rarity and appeal to collectors. Furthermore, coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC and authenticated as error coins or high-grade specimens can fetch even more at public auctions. These services assign a numerical grade on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 for poor condition up to 70 for perfect mint state. Even circulated coins can receive high interest if they fall within certain collectible categories beyond the standard grading and error classifications. There is also a growing trend of collector enthusiasm driven by the emotional and historical connection people feel toward Lincoln cents. These coins often remind people of their childhood coin collections, family traditions, or stories passed down through generations. The 1980 penny represents a bridge between past and present, an artifact of everyday American life that has quietly traveled through decades. Some people have discovered valuable coins in inherited collections, old piggy banks, or change jars, which encourages others to pay closer attention to the seemingly common coins in their own possession. Social media platforms, YouTube channels, and online coin communities have also contributed to a renewed interest in rare coins. Many creators share stories of finding valuable pennies and showcase coins with eye-catching features that captivate large audiences. The story of the 1980 Lincoln cent being worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars makes for compelling content and often inspires others to explore their own coin collections. Even if most 1980 cents are worth only their face value, those rare exceptions have the power to fuel imaginations and drive demand. In terms of high-end valuations, some rare versions of the 1980 Lincoln penny are estimated to be worth between $800,000 and $90 million under ideal conditions. While these figures represent the most extraordinary and pristine examples, they are a testament to the immense interest and speculative excitement surrounding the world of coin collecting. Investors and collectors alike understand that historical coins have the potential to appreciate significantly over time, especially when demand grows and supply remains limited. In conclusion, the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent coin is more than just a small piece of copper. It is a snapshot of American history, a reflection of economic changes, and a tribute to a beloved president. Even in circulated condition, this coin has the potential to be valuable. It displays unique characteristics, errors, or exceptional preservation. As the hobby of coin collecting continues to grow, more people are discovering the hidden treasures that lie in their own homes. Whether for its monetary value, its historical importance, or its sentimental charm, the 1980 Lincoln penny remains a coin worth watching, cherishing, and possibly one day transforming from pocket change into a life-changing find.